Hello.
Here we are. You got a pickle shirt on. I got a sock puppet shirt on.
Yeah, dude. I had to rep out the pickles, man.
They didn't give me any gear, man, but that was fun, dude. That
I
was
bought my
fun.
own gear. I just bought like
Yeah,
a few things.
I know. I didn't expect them to give me shit, but
Yeah.
that
We
place was
just
awesome.
yeah. The only thing I wish is that we had a locker room to change, but that's a minor gripe.
Yeah, yeah,
It's an older stadium, so that makes sense.
yeah. When I asked him, he's like, "No locker rooms, bro." I was like, okay."
Yeah. I thought there would be like underneath the stadium where those bathrooms were. Like,
Yeah, I thought.
that's where I thought they'd be. Because like, do
Yeah.
the pickles like have their own locker room, or are they dressed like outside?
I think they get dressed somewhere else, and then they just kind of show up in their gear, Like, I mean, if you show up in your pants and, like a t-shirt, then you can just
Just chill.
have yourself a good time,
Yeah.
It's all good. But it was a fun game. We actually hung with them. The final score was 7-3.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the first few innings, like we were holding our own defensively and pitching wise. It's just we couldn't hit shit.
Dude, Coach Rack on the mound was...
He was dealing. Dude was dealing.
He was excellent. He threw 4 innings of no-hit ball. Like, he held it down, man. That dude is a stud.
Mm-hmm.
Stud of all studiness. He's very stud-like. We got a couple supers here that have trickled in as we are starting. We appreciate the supers. Game Show Gumble says thoughts on the Braves' epic 8-3-5 triple play. It took place last night against the Sox. It was the first ever 8-3-5 triple play since 1884. So 8 is the center fielder. I'm sorry.
Yep, center fielder Michael Harris threw to first base. And then what happened was the runner from second tried to advance to third on the throw to first. And then Matt Olson just throws a bullet to third, and the dude's out by a country mile.
So that's crazy. So center field, first base, third base. Congratulations.
Yep, first time since the Boston Bean Eaters of 1884.
Sorry, this cat. I'm trying to sell our house, and all these cats are over here. It's just fucking pissing me off. Anyways, Right Guy says, too bad y'all were in Portland while I was out of town. Hope you had fun. We had a blast, dude. There was 4,000 fans there. We did the broadcast on our channels. It was just really fun.
Yeah. Did you have trouble because my broadcast lasted for like a lot longer because like it didn't shut off?
So I had my laptop there at the stadium, and then I walked by and I noticed that it was still live, and I was like, oh, and I turned it off, but I didn't know that yours was still going.
Yeah, mine was still live because they had mentioned that when I was at the Airbnb. I'm like, oh shit, I'm glad I brought my laptop because you can't shut it off from your phone.
Yeah, it was weird, but we handled it. We got it figured out, so it was good. It was good. And then Daniel Morales says, thoughts on the Rockies game today? Go U.S. women's national team. Of course, they're kicking ass. I
think Rockies are playing Washington, right? So I'm not sure what happened there. I know, like, Colorado lost again. Shocker.
All right, let's talk a little bit about. There's a lot of NFL activity going on. I think camps are not in quite yet, but we're very close. We're 5 days away from August, which is, once we get to August, then things start happening. I think by August 17th, I think everyone, by August, training camp starts, right?
Oh, yeah, August 17th, you'll be in preseason.
No, okay, wait, let me see. When does training camp start? 2023. Oh, they're in. Everyone's reported.
It's this weekend.
Yeah, it's time. It's football season, right? There's Hiei with the 50 Jeebus.
Let me don with the timber scarf. I gotta bless this. Oh, thank you for giving us these scarves. These are awesome.
Yeah, who was that? The guy came up and said, "Can I give you something?" And I was like, "What?"
A Portland Timber scarf.
Let me give you a victory scarf for the Portland Timbers. This is something I will keep forever, dude.
Oh yeah, there was one there sold by the Pickles too, but this one seems better quality. Praise the Jeebus, praise the Pickles, hallelujah. I'll dress it for the time being.
And good to see Hiei out there. Says good to see you all in Portland 5. Looks like the sun got you a bit in the face. made it home safe on the motorcycle after seeing Mount Shasta and stopping in Weed for lunch.
Huh.
I didn't finish that. It
Oh,
says
sorry.
uh,
Whoops.
108-degree temperatures when I got home. Woof. Thanks, EA. Like EA had his own little corner of there. He had his own little fan club in the dugout.
Oh yeah, like he was gathering the peoples, man.
Yeah. So actually, I misspoke. Training camp is underway. That's why there's been a lot of talk about the NFL season. A lot of new eras starting. You know, Jimmy Garoppolo showing up in Las Vegas.
Is he fully healthy though?
Who knows? Who knows? We'll see. With all these workouts, people are stretching. Saquon signed the franchise tender.
Yeah. Not really. I think there's like a little difference though. I think there's like 900,000 in incentives that he can get.
Something like that.
Like
But
bare minimum.
essentially, he ended the drama. He is not holding out. He knew he had no choice. He's got to put up or shut up. And that's the that's the thing that kind of pisses me off, because that's who Saquon Barkley is. He's a New York Giant and he wants to be a Giant. And why don't they just give him a 2-year contract, or, you know, something that works for both parties? Like, I don't think that the franchise tender is fair to him, honestly.
Problem is, once again, it's the first healthy season he's had since what, 2018?
Yeah.
And he was really good. And then, last year he dealt with injuries. 2020, he missed the whole year. 2019, he dealt with a little few injuries as well. So that's what they're worried about with Saquon. They're thinking like, okay, if he gets injured again, we can hedge our bets. If not, then either he goes out to the market to try again, or they franchise tag him with a higher salary.
They could, I mean, that could end up being the same thing. If he gets franchised back to back, he would end up being the exact same as a 2-year with an option.
Pretty much. Like he would get like 14 million, 14.5 million, like a levy on salary.
Right. So it just, I feel bad for Saquon. Like, he's doing all the things that a that a good teammate should, which is not holding out, not being a diva, and getting in camp. But it's unfair to him, in my opinion, to accept the terms. I've always just kind of disagreed with the franchise tag. I think it's bullshit, especially because it's only 1 year. Right?
Yet the problem is, once again, the NFL had a chance, the NFLPA had a chance to get rid of that in 2020, and they did nothing about it.
They wanted weed.
Yeah, they wanted weed instead of protecting the franchise tag.
Look, we can get rid of the franchise tag, or you can smoke some weed. And they was like...
And they got kind of hosed because they added an extra game to the season. They needed a lot more than what they offered for that. And they're going to want another game, too.
Yeah. Oh, by the time... What would you say? By the time the next bargaining agreement comes around,
they're going to add
an 18 game schedule.
They're going to add 2 weeks to the season. One is an extra bye week to appease the players a little bit, raise salaries a touch, then maybe get rid of the franchise tag. That would probably be their gambit.
Yeah, and I'd be for that, you know.
And then maybe like get rid of the 5th year option too. So it would be like 3 years for players, second round and later, and then 4 years for players in the first round.
I'll say this, like, I feel for the players that have to play 18 games. I'm watching all 18 fucking games.
I think that's how most of us are.
My ass is glued to the TV watching all motherfucking 18 games because I don't give a shit. Like, I think 18 is maybe the perfect number, but anything beyond like a 20-game season, that's a little absurd.
Honestly, the NFL didn't need to change anything. They were fine with 6 teams in the playoffs and 16 games a season.
Yeah, but then they're going to want to expand, and it can't be 32 teams forever. Like the
NFL wants an all-European division.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
Yeah, at some point they're going to want 36 teams. I guess all European, and then their winner comes and play, like it becomes a global thing. I guess that's the next step, is to take the NFL global. But I mean, with concussions and all that,
kind of are. But with jet lag too, that's your problem.
How do you take this product global with the physicality and the lack of other markets?
Well, they probably get rid of defense. That's probably what's going to happen. They're going to turn it to flag football. I mean, it's already kind of turning to that point anyway. Because I feel like at this point they're probably like going to get rid of shoulder pads in general. They're probably going to eliminate tackling. They'll just wrap up. I think
You
that's
think
what's
so?
going to be the issue. I mean, they're
You think
already
it's-
trending to that point. I
You
mean,
think-
some players are avoiding sacking some quarterbacks because they don't want to get charged with roughing the passer.
You think they're going to neuter it like hockey's kind of been? Like hockey's been neutered. There's
Hockey,
still big hits. There's still big
Yeah.
hits in hockey, but they have softened it for sure.
hockey's more a skill-based game in general, but I think hockey in general has an identity crisis. Like they don't know what to do right now because they have stagnated, especially over the past couple years. Like baseball is they're sputtered, but at the same time, it's at least doing okay-ish compared to hockey. Basketball is same thing. They heard from the China, and now they're adding an in-season tournament, which is the dumbest shit imaginable.
So dumb.
And then the NFL is just like they can pretty much
They can
piss
do
on
no
your
wrong.
grandma's grave, and like they're just doing everything wrong and still printing
Right.
money.
All right, the NFL could like install like teabagging stations in stadiums and just teabag all the fans with actual nutsack. Like Roger Goodell would just have a dipping station.
Yeah, like Roger Goodell will pretty much sit there, fuck your wife in front of you,
Right.
and you have to sit there and enjoy it, and you will still watch his product.
Right. You would pretend you'd be like, "Go, Daddy, Roger," and then he would,
Yeah.
and you would just be like, "Thank you for the 20 games."
Brother, you'd go from Adam Jackson to Adam 22 faster than Lena the plug gets plugged.
Could you imagine that?
Yeah, that's.
Good old
I-
Adam 22.
I mean, as I said, that's probably going to be my nickname from you from this point forward, Adam 22. Even though you're nothing like Adam 22,
Oh no.
it fits. I mean,
I don't get
your name's-
ass like Adam 22. Even still, even though some buddy is plowing his wife, I don't be hitting it like that. So yeah, I don't have. I mean, anyways, let's get through some super. So I mean, as the show goes by, as the weeks go by, we'll get more drama at training camp. We will hear more things about
more injuries.
yeah.
Like, you hear what happened to Naheem Hines. That is a really messed up situation. He suffered a torn ACL. He was sitting stationary on the jet bike. He got clipped by a moving person on a jet bike, and it just clipped the shit out of his knee, and he's out for the season.
Oh yeah.
It was so weird.
Yeah,
Speaking
he
of-
was stationed. Oh my goodness.
Hold on, viewer newest.
Viewer newest here to save the
holy
summer.
Jeebus
Uh-huh.
and praise the hallelujah and
Thank
praise
you so
everything.
much.
Amen.
Praise to Jeebus.
Always
Praise to
Jeebus.
Jeebus. Praise.
So, how about Jim Irsay ripping the running backs? Love your work, guys. Keep it up. I did not see this.
Let's
about
look it
Irsay.
up. Let us.
Because I know, like, I mean, that's surprising because, like, he has Jonathan Taylor, who has been very vocal about his issues with running backs not getting paid.
Oh, here it is from Larry Brown Sports. Jim Irsay sends strong message about current RB situation. Jim Irsay on Wednesday. Okay. Here's his tweet. Fuck off my screen. I cannot stand that. Jim Irsay says, NFL running back situation. We have negotiated a CBA that took years of effort and hard work and compromise and good faith by both sides. To say now that a specific player category wants another negotiation after the fact is inappropriate. Some agents are selling bad faith. He's basically saying, hey, if you want to be worth more on the market, be worth more. That's what I'm reading into that.
But the problem is
more-
with how trends are with NFL running backs, they're getting poached by different positions. Dual threat quarterbacks, wide receivers, tight ends. They're specialized in the running back position. That's their argument from this point forward. And I'm not saying Jim Irsay's wrong, but at the same time, like 2020, that was not out of like years of sweat, tears, and good faith. They pretty much had the players' union over a barrel, and they got spineless. Like they barely passed that ratification.
Yeah. But what he's saying is shut the fuck up and accept whatever contracts that you're given.
Pretty much
That's
shut up
what
and
he's
dribble.
saying.
That's pretty much what he's saying.
Yeah, that's a great metaphor or whatever great analogy right there is shut up and dribble, because that's essentially what he says some agents are selling bad faith. He's basically saying don't come back to us after the fact and renegotiate a deal. It's pretty simple here. All right. Where are we? Christopher Bowden.
Yep.
Hey, Trey,
Hey-
showed my mom your Applebee's and Burger King
Oh
commercials.
jeez, that
She
poor
calls
mom.
you urinating tract infection.
Urinary tract infection. That sounds painful, just like me.
Again, love you guys. Keep it up. That's funny if she would call you urinary tract instead of urinary tree.
Urinary tract infection.
Noah Smith, did that announcer come with the DLC? Yeah, the broadcast was really well done. You guys like watched the game back at the Airbnb.
Yep.
I did not. I was so exhausted. You don't have to tell me I was there. So it was fun.
I mean,
I
I was
loved it.
surprised they actually did it. I was just like, I was kind of like at the point where I was just wanting to unwind.
Yeah. I was spent by the time I got back to the Airbnb. Like people were saying, "Hey, let's go out," and I was like, "Hey, let's not."
Like I was up for either or. I mean, I feel
Right.
like we would have gone out. I just was kind of hungry and I didn't even really eat that much. I had like an apple after I was done.
Oh my gosh! Like I tried to eat before the game, and like I couldn't get really anything in. But I had plenty of energy. Like I mean, I played the whole game.
Energy was fine. Like I had a hot
Yeah.
dog at the game just to have something in my system.
Yeah, I was good to go, man. Like I would say, hitting wise, I kind of sucked, but I did put it in play
mean,
every at bat.
Like I said, I mean, you did better than me. Like I couldn't time for shit, and it was just frustrating.
Defensively, I was on it. Like I played good defensively.
Yeah, I mean, you only booted one ground ball. That was an improvement.
I mean, and that was I wasn't.
That was like a hard hit ball, if I remember.
Yeah, that was
correctly.
in the holes. Like so, I mean, I wasn't gonna make that play anyway. So I don't really feel bad about booting that ground ball because like I had a tough play. And then one of the kids from the dugout says, "There's not a glove on your shoe," and I flicked them off.
Right.
They all laughed, but
The
I did
only
make a
ball
great
that
play. Go
the
ahead.
only ball that came close to me was in the eighth. You remember that like bloop single that like fell in no man's land
Well, there was
that
a line
neither me
drive
nor
over-
Ben could catch.
Yeah. But then I made up for it with that catch that that over the shoulder catch.
I know Ben was telling me earlier like that's why he was afraid of diving because he was worried about hitting me, and lo and behold, you nearly hit each other when you were diving.
Yeah,
for
well,
the
he
ball.
did hit me. I bounced off of him, but I still made the play because
You're a beast like that, right?
Yep.
Right.
I can play baseball.
Men's
Just
league
audience-
legend, 5
Men's
points
league-
fits.
Actually, last night at the game, some kids recognized me and they were like, "Hey, can we get a selfie after?" And
Hey, can we rub wax on your head?
they do ask me that all the time.
Ah, I knew it.
It was really fun. Again, it's always surreal whenever we sign autographs.
Oh yeah.
It's
Or
always
even
fun.
get shit. It's weird. Like it's
Right.
like I'm just sitting there like I'm just a dude. I'm just here for the ride.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah, it's still always fun to interact with fans. And Joseph Nahadian says 2 ex-Mets were traded for each other. Noah Syndergaard to Cleveland for Ahmed Rosario, relics of the Wilpon era.
I'm shocked
Yes.
Cleveland was so desperate for pitching they traded for Syndergaard. He has not been good this year.
Syndergaard has been bad. I'm surprised they got rid of Rosario so quickly. He
No,
was part of the Lindor.
Yeah.
Jimenez.
Rosario has been struggling this year. I
Yeah.
think the thing with Cleveland is they have a lot of issues pitching wise, and that's why
Yeah.
they've been like bad this year. Besides hitting, like Cal Quantrill's been having trouble. Plecek's been DFA'd. Karen Shack's in the minors. Shane Bieber's out until
Mm-hmm.
mid-September. Tristan McKenzie's been out for God knows how
Missing
long.
those
He
two.
might be out.
Bieber
Yeah.
and McKenzie are 2
Yeah,
huge
so
stars.
that's why they're doing this out of desperation.
Yeah,
That's really
and
all it is.
Cindy's not the same pitcher that he
Oh,
was.
oh no, not at all.
He just throws cookies like right down the middle of the plate.
I mean, he did all right last year, but this past year has been no.
Yeah. Flambeau 1, 2, 3. Out of the 4 major American sports, which teams do you think it would take the heat death of the universe for them to ever move?
Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, the Green Bay Packers will never move.
Yeah, they're populace owned. So
The
if they're moving
Yankees-
from Green Bay, like a nuke went off in that city.
Right. The Yankees cannot move. They will
No.
never move.
Dodgers.
The Dodgers, the Lakers will never move.
Yeah.
Um,
Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys will never.
Yeah,
move.
they'll always be the Dallas Cowboys. Like, I mean, there's a lot of teams that will not move. But you would have thought that the Cleveland Browns would never move, and they did. So
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. That's why I'm not going to say the Pittsburgh Steelers because there's always a chance they can move.
no, I don't think the Steelers move unless
I know, but I mean, like that's the thing.
unless
Like they're going to be wanting a new stadium soon.
right, unless the entire economy of
Pittsburgh just tanks.
Pittsburgh just tanks, and
Yeah.
there's no industry there anymore.
I mean, if the Pittsburgh never converted or pivoted to education and medicine, turned into Gary, Indiana, we wouldn't have any
Right.
sports teams. Like they would have
Yeah.
all moved.
Gary, Indiana is fucking.
And there
scary,
are a
bro.
lot of places like around Pittsburgh and the Mon Valley that did not recover from the mills closing.
No, no. I mean, Pittsburgh now is a shrunken version of itself. I mean,
Yeah.
in its heyday, it was fucking unbelievable.
Oh, it was loaded. Like it was like a
I
beacon of the Midwest.
Pittsburgh was so big that it kind of even made Baltimore. Like that's because like the overflow from Pittsburgh, like
Yep.
Bethlehem Steel, they had a lot of offices and executive.
They would go to Baltimore,
things.
Cleveland, Akron, Youngstown, Aliquippa, Beaver, like all the places up and down
Beaver.
the river.
Good old Beaver. Yep.
You'd like the Beavers.
Kenny Vasquez, what do you guys think of the holdouts by Chris Jones, Nick Bosa, and Zach Martin? I again, these will probably all get resolved. These are big cogs in teams, especially Zach Martin for the Cowboys. Like that guy is fucking valuable. Nick Bosa, obviously, thinks he's worth a little bit more than what he's being paid. But I think all of these get resolved. That's the one piece of leverage that a player has is to just hold out, and I guess their agents have advised them that that's what they should do. Are you checking your Hinge profile there?
No, actually, I'm checking my
little
Grinder
action.
profile.
Got a little action there, a little text.
Yeah.
text.
Oh, yeah, I was seeing you doing this earlier. You're trying to get that shit, too. Come on, let's be real. NASCAR fan 102488. I heard from a coworker that Joey Porter is holding out on his rookie contract. Thoughts, Trey? He was in minicamp, but I think he is trying to hold out a little bit. He'll get it.
Joey Porter Jr. Why would he hold out on his rookie? He hasn't done shit.
Well, he probably wants a little more money and guaranteed bonus money for the 4 years. I mean, he is the 32nd overall pick. That's probably why.
He's a legacy, He's a legacy. It's Joey Porter fucking Jr. You knew he was going to get drafted. Hey. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. Like, I still have not recovered. So, before you read this, like, I tried to get back on Sunday. I get to the airport and they're like, "Oh, there's a maintenance issue with your plane. It should be solved within the hour." Then 2 hours pass. Then 3 hours pass, and then they're like, "Hey, we automatically rebooked you on a flight, but it's in Vegas, and another plane is coming in to replace this one, and it's going to take off at 9:00 tonight." And I'm like, I think it was 3:00 at that time. I was like, I'm not staying in this airport for 6 hours, twiddling my dick. So I went up to the counter. I got a refund for the flight. I was like, how much is the refund going to be? And they were like, it was like $551, and I found a flight out the next day for $441 on United. But unfortunately, it was 5 a.m.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's like you got home at least.
So I knew Daquan was still in town, so I just texted him. This is funny. This is actually funny. He's like, "Yeah, I'm staying in an Airbnb." I was like, "Is there a room on the floor?" He's like, "No, it's really just one room." And he was like, "We can split the bed or something like that." I was like,
Nah.
I was like, that's a little weird. I was like, I'll come and check it out. So I get there, and there's like a shared living room between two rooms of this Airbnb inside the basement of this obvious residence. And I just plopped down on the couch thinking that no one would ever show up. And then at like 10 o'clock, some heavy girl like comes in, and I'm like half naked on the couch, just like, oh shit. And like I had to like cover up with a blanket on. I was like, oh, I guess I should hide from this woman. And then she didn't think it was weird. Like I was like, she's gonna call the Airbnb police or something on me. And
at this point, nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, so then I got home the next day at like 3:35, like actually early, and it ended up working out. So
Yeah, I didn't have any issues with my flights. I mean, I went from like I took American, so I didn't have the Spirit bullshit.
Dude, United was fucking dope. Like they took care of me, everything was on time. Like,
that's the thing. Like, I mean, that's why I try to go for the major airlines because, like, I mean, unless it's like Breeze and it's going to an area that isn't really serving. Like the Breeze flights from Pittsburgh to Hartford, they're clutch. But the problem is everything else is like Spirit Airlines, no.
Spirit actually, I mean, it is a direct flight from Richmond to Las Vegas, and no one's offering that. Like,
Yeah.
so if I wanted to go, but
I don't think
yeah,
Pittsburgh has a
then
direct flight to Richmond, oddly enough.
I got what I paid for, which was an entire day of loss. So
Yep.
I got my money back at least for that portion. AAA playing the Sonic Unleashed result music for Dan Snyder. What a
Bye,
failure
Felicia.
of an owner. Bye, Felicia. Bye.
Oh,
Tucker White. All right, Yinzer and Bald. Which teams are going tanking an NFL hand egg in 2023? That is
Arizona Cardinals, obviously.
Cardinals for sure.
I mean, Kyler's going to be out there. Don't really have a quarterback, at least until the middle of the season.
Let me look. I just want to look at last year's results.
Texans might still be down there if there are
Oh,
issues. I'd say it's always like the team or two you don't expect to tank. Those are always the ones that just come out of nowhere. Like nobody expected the Cardinals to be that
Nobody
bad.
expected the Bears.
Nobody
to go
expected the
back to back.
Colts to be that bad.
Right.
I mean, the Bears, like everyone has expected them to do good, but do they really have much else? I mean, they're really
Cardinals are
banking on
tanking.
Justin Fields.
The Rams could be tanking. There wasn't.
It
really
depends
a
if
lot
they're
of-
healthy. If
Yeah.
they're healthy.
Wasn't much reloading there by the Rams, and they're relying on an old Matthew Stafford.
With elbow and back issues.
Yeah, they already won their all-in shove. Like it might be time to tank. I could see the Saints possibly.
They're not going to tank. Not in that
no.
weak division. I don't think they're going to win it, but I think they'll at least be 500-ish.
Broncos are not tanking. They're just
Yeah.
delusional.
Well, Broncos have nowhere to go but up, right?
Yeah. The Texans, yeah, that's a mark. The Colts,
Colts, yeah. I mean, if Anthony Richardson looks like shit, oh yeah.
yeah. Colts could be tanking for a couple more picks. Maybe a top 5 pick. That's a good question there, Tucker White. Irvin Alvarado. So Tree, it looks like you've been to an MLS game in Portland. What do you think about your first game atmosphere, food ticket, and MLS magic?
Oh, I was not actually at an MLS game. A fan actually gave us these.
No,
so that's
yeah.
why I have the Timbers.
I haven't.
So I wouldn't mind going to an MLS game. The thing is, I've never been.
I haven't been to an MLS game since like in the early 2000s. Like it's been a long time, and I haven't gone.
I mean, this was even before like Thierry Henry and David Beckham and Wayne Rooney.
Mm-hmm.
Well, those guys.
All right, Kevin Von Magnum. I actually know a lot about this subject. Kevin Von Magnum,
Jeebus.
Michael Magnum says thoughts on the Titans Oilers throwbacks. The controversy on who can apparently wear them. So. The Titans do own all the trademarks.
The rights. Yep, they retired the name.
Yeah, and the Texans still lay claim to that because they're Houston, but they really don't have any legal precedent.
Yeah, well, that was Bud
that.
Snyder's final fuck you to Houston. Like, he kept
Right.
the name. He did not relinquish that history or anything like that. So they can actually do Love You Blue on those jerseys, even though it has nothing to do with Houston. I mean, Tennessee Oilers, they were the Oilers technically in Tennessee for a couple years. It's mostly their failure in Memphis, and they were at Vanderbilt for a couple years until they became the Titans. So it's not technically purely Houston, but at the same time, it is a weird look, but those unis are still pretty fresh.
I think Houston the Texans need to get over it. They need to create their own identity. And just like you said, they were the Tennessee Oilers. For 2 seasons, Steve McNair was a Tennessee Oiler. Don't forget.
Eddie George was a Tennessee Oiler.
Eddie George was a Tennessee.
Yep.
Thank you for the 20 bomb, by the way, Kevin Von Michael Magnum. Nick JK, why is Emperor Scalpatine in the dark over there? Oh, you guys want me to turn on the... I just think the lighting looks good. Okay.
Honestly, I thought you had a dead body back there or something.
No, I had to turn this on. My camera's a little unlevel there. But yeah, here,
They're trying to
I'll turn
carry
it
the
on
dead
for
body
you.
and knocked you out.
If you guys want to see my complexion in its full glory, fine.
Jared
All of a sudden,
Oberfeld.
my forehead looks a lot bigger though. Look at that. I shrunk the forehead here. Look, I've got a much smaller.
Well, partially because it doesn't actually expand.
Look at that big ass head right there.
Honestly, you should dress up as the Great Gazoo or Marvin the Martian as a punishment.
I should.
That would be. I mean, Great Gazoo would kind of be it. Tree knows the voice to use. I am here to give 5 his weekly reminders of the glories of Mets baseball. Atlanta has us F-word.
Yeah, the Mets are going to be sellers at the trade deadline, so not cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Connor.
I'm sorry. They're
Sorry.
6 games under 500. They are 5 out of their last 10, and they are not making a move at all.
I mean, the Padres are probably going to sell too. They lost 2 out of 3 to the goddamn Pirates again.
Yeah, the Braves,
So like that's alarming.
the Braves have been consistently good for all these years, and they're gonna make another playoff run, or at least be deep in the playoffs this year. So, yeah.
Connor Lanker. Were you expecting Bengals fans to get as annoying as they did last season? I don't think that was really the fans that got annoying. It was the mayor of Cincinnati and the team calling them Arrowhead Stadium Burrowhead when you only beat Joe Burrow there once.
Mm-hmm. Burrowhead Stadium.
Yep. And Michael Orm. And we got the name right this time. Orm.
Yes. Orm.
Obviously, the big market team won't move, but what small market teams won't relocate? Green Bay Packers. That's a small market team, technically. I would say probably Kansas City. They won't move.
Yeah, I mean, Packers is a small market
Winnipeg
team
Jets probably won't move unless, like, the Canadian dollar goes
Jets
south
moved
again.
once already.
Yep, but that was when the Canadian dollar tanked.
A small market team that will never move. That's tough to call.
I said that answers the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah. Would the Kansas City Royals ever move?
They're getting a new stadium, so I don't know if it's going to be for a while.
I don't think so. Jennifer Lomler, what's up? Our maybe 1/3 of our female audience. We got Jennifer, we have Rachel Half, we have Kirsten, and we have Dodger.
Dodge.
Hell yeah. That's it.
They're it.
Jennifer Lomler, what do you think about Michigan's Jim Harbaugh potential punishment from the NCAA? What do you do now? Illegal practice?
I think that was like a tampering issue, and now he's getting a 4-game suspension. I don't know,
always
like
tampering.
but I mean, like he apparently confessed to it, and now there's like a punishment. It's like punitive or some shit like that. It's weird.
I don't even care. Michael Orm, I was going to ask, how was PDX? Yeah, the airport
wasn't bad.
Yeah,
the airport's not bad. We didn't get really see much of it, but it wasn't bad. I mean, I don't know if I'd live there. Like, I don't think I'd live there. I mean, but I'd say like it's not a bad visit for a couple days.
We went in the summertime, which was perfect. There was, there's a lot of hotties for some reason in Portland. I don't understand why there's so many attractive women in Portland, Oregon, but there's plenty. I guess it's that West Coast vibe.
Maybe.
But yeah, I love Portland, Oregon, but I wouldn't want to live there in the bad part where it's every city has its bad part. Like now in Richmond, it's summertime and it's hot and sticky. So
yeah, Pittsburgh has its bad parts too. It happens. It was like
downtown
boiling hot
area's
here
nice.
earlier.
We didn't even get to go downtown. Like you didn't even get to see the best parts of Portland. That's the unfortunately the shitty part. Next time, I think maybe next year I might, if the money's good, like if y'all send me a bunch of super chats, like I would stay like an extra couple days, So
do you want to suck the e-begging cock a little further?
I will
Jesus
suck the
Christ.
e-begging cock until I cannot fit any more dick in my mouth. I'll just.
You would do that, you fucking whore. Christopher Bodden, any plans to come to Kansas or close to Kansas? We'd love to meet you guys and buy you both a beer. I mean, do we have plans to go to Kansas?
Last year was the shot when they did the draft there, but no sponsor wanted to send us to the draft. So
I mean, they wanted SeatGeek wanted to send me, but once again, it was just like there was no point because we were doing our draft stream.
Yeah.
Unless we had an option to actually do the live stream of the draft at the draft.
Yeah,
that was the only thing I was saying.
Yeah, you're losing too much. Like that's a net loss for you. Like you're losing a lot of potential revenue because the draft is obviously the biggest stream of the year. For us here at the Dumpster Fires. Just
either that or if the Steelers lose in embarrassing fashion and I melt down.
I would love for the Steelers to get the #1 overall pick one year.
And then I'd be like, and then we just draft like something random or trade down.
Yes. Andrew Maya. This past Friday, I got to attend my first major league game as my Angels defeated Trees Pirates 8-5. The ballpark is an awesome experience. Like that's a pretty ballpark, yeah. That was a tear down and rebuild. They just built it right on top of the old one. It's pretty funny. Ghost Dog 814. As a Giants fans, I can't believe I'm actually excited for the new Giants season. Haven't felt that in a while. Hope you guys have the same feel. I do. I'm optimistic. We signed Leonard Williams. We signed Andrew Thomas. Saquon's coming back. Daniel Jones is under contract. There's a lot to be excited about if you're a Giants fan. I think, we're coming off a playoff win against a decent Vikings team, and the defense looked really good in that game. So if we can add a couple more offensive weapons, I think this team is on the up and up for sure.
So that one guy. So on August 1st, Secret Base are going to release a documentary on the Vikings' entire history. I think the first part on the 60s. To prep myself, I watched the entire history of the Falcons, forgot how much it makes me cry. Well, that's what legacies of failure do, man.
Like they take your legacy of failure format and just extrapolate it into a documentary.
They make it very excruciating detail.
Yes. Like the Mariners one was so
like they went deeper into a lot of shit.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but they do go deeper into a lot of shit, especially the 80s. The 80s I just gloss over.
Yeah. The 80s were a time.
Oh, David Krantz for the half Jeepus. Hallelujah. I think I didn't do one for Michael Lorem. I'll do it again, just in case. Hi, guys. They say everything is bigger than Texas, and for the Cowboys, that includes all their L's since 1995. Also, Five, your thoughts on Andrew Thomas' extension. Are you ready to eat your plate of crow yet? Ooh, yes.
Oh, God, yes. I would. Look, I will take this bench warmer brew and just stuff it right into my asshole because Andrew Thomas turned out to be probably the best left tackle in that fucking entire draft. Mekhi Becton.
Emotional, damn it!
I mean, at this point, you'd probably call Mekhi Becton the guy I wanted a bust, for sure.
He can't stay healthy. That's the problem.
Yeah, he can't stay healthy. He's not been... I mean, when he's out there, he's a beast among men. But, yeah, I will just pound...
I'd say Tristan Wirfs is up there, too.
Yeah, but Andrew Thomas was a great, solid pick by Dave Gettleman. I have to admit it. So, I didn't like it at the time. I wanted Mekhi Becton. So.
Yep. Nick wrong. JK, channel memberships get that cheese.
Yes.
And you are salty.
I am a salty fuck. And then Drubov Casual.
Oh, Stefan, I did want to answer this question. Pickett's not eligible for an extension until 2 years from now, in that fourth year. That's why Herbert signed his extension, and I mean, he'll probably become the next Philip Rivers if they don't insulate him and fuck it up. And Burrow's probably going to get paid too.
Manuel Hernandez says, hold on. Yeah, I said, who the fuck is Andrew Thomas? That was the quote.
Yeah, that was a classic.
Yes. I also
that was
did
very classic. And then he introduced himself in glorious fashion with plungers.
Yeah, he did. And then I did nail the Tony pick, though. I did nail the reaction to the
blind squirrel finds a nut.
Every once in a while. And I did love the Saquon pick. I hated the Daniel Jones one, but, kind of wrong there. But, yeah.
Dhruv Kashal, the Kraken will win a Stanley Cup before the Mariners win a World Series. Ooh, Maple Leaf cycle.
We'll see.
Because the Seahawks have won a Super Bowl before the Mariners won a World Series.
Yep.
Definitely
Manuel
so.
Is famous again. All right, let's do the Immaculate Grids.
Yes, we're also talking. You're also thinking. Are there any other games for you this year? I know you were at the. You're doing your men's league last night.
Yeah, there's two more. There's one on Tuesday and then one on Saturday. So.
So next Tuesday we're gonna have issues, I think.
No, that's the last one. The season is Saturday. I don't think we made the playoffs, so our team actually sucks. But last night, yeah, I mean, I played well defensively. I even made a diving stop and play, but and my knee scratched up. Look at that.
Oh no,
that. That's the price of being a player right there. And I even had knee guards on, and it's still bang me up. Look.
Yeah, I mean
y'all wanna see my
that's a
feet?
scrape. Whoa,
You
save
wanna
that for the
see my
OnlyFans,
feet?
buddy.
Yeah, save that for the OnlyFans here. Here's my little Metro cards here, my little smart trip cards.
Ooh,
All right.
travel you
Anyways,
to the game, right?
let's do the regular baseball Immaculate grid.
Yeah,
don't
I
think you-
did not do well on this one.
Oh, you did it already?
I didn't. I mean, I didn't do
I don't
well,
do
but
them.
yeah, we can do it though.
Okay. We can try again. There's a
Mhm.
couple supers have come in, so you can read those. Only feet.
Right? Only feet.
What's this? What's the last one? Would you rather pork Kenny Pickett or Daniel Jones? I'd rather do Daniel Jones. He's taller, and he's got bigger hands.
You would do
Oh,
that, you sick fuck.
Sorry.
And Mr. Waifu Taker. As a Giants fan, thank God Saquon signed.
Yes.
Yeah, if he
I mean,
didn't play, you'd have been fucked.
Yeah, I know. I mean, they signed James Robinson, but like, how good is he gonna be? You know, like, come on, he's not Saquon freaking Barkley. Kenny Vasquez, JPJ already signed his rookie deal, going to the Steelers and Bucks preseason. Can't wait for this upcoming season for my Steelers.
Yeah, like if he had held out, he wouldn't be a minicamp. That's the only thing.
And Michael Orm, the classic Andrew Thomas plunger. Who can forget?
Mm-hmm. It's classic, dude. Classic.
And yes, Nick, actually, we're required at the next game to take a team photo, so we will have a team photo for you. I will send it.
Ooh, you're gonna send that to Twitter. There you go.
Yes, I will send it on the way. All right, a Royal and an Astro. That one's easy. That's Zach Greinke. But
Zach
let's
Greinke.
think of somebody.
I know. I had Jose Lima.
Ooh, Lima time.
Yep.
Is there anybody else that could be more?
I'm trying to think.
esoteric? Like
I'm
a
trying to
Larry
think.
Anderson, or
I gotta think about this.
I mean, Greg Zahn could always be somewhere there.
Greg Zahn's not a Houston though.
No, but he was never a Houston.
Yeah.
Pat Tabler, maybe? No. Let's just go with Jose Lima time.
Yeah, Lima's usually the best bet. Because he was during a bad time.
baby. Yes, 0.8%. That's very good. All right, a
Bad.
Royal and a Marlin.
Royal and a Marlin.
A Royal and a Marlin.
Was John Cangelosi a Royal?
Ooh.
So I'm trying to think.
It's got to be like.
No, is it maybe like an expansion team?
Think about year one, right, of the Marlins.
Yeah.
Right? Like some.
Charlie
scrap-
Huff? The Huff wasn't a Royal.
Ooh, no, Huff was never a Royal. Remember, Charlie Huff was their opening day starter.
Yeah, it was like 46.
He was the first. He was the first Marlin to ever pitch in a game. And remember, they had Orestes Estrada. They had some shit.
Yep.
players.
Orestes Estrada, that's actually a Royal Pirate. He played for the Pirates for a hot
Oh,
minute.
he did play for the Pirates.
For a hot minute.
We're thinking. Come on, it's got to be like a Hispanic player, right? A Royal and a Marlin.
I'm trying to think. Reyes never played for the Royals. Heath Bell, I don't think he ever played for the Royals.
Did Moustakas, has he ever been a Marlin?
No,
No.
he is not. Hosmer hasn't.
Yeah, Hosmer is not.
Cueto probably.
Cueto, has he been a
Yeah.
Marlin? No. Johnny Cueto.
I mean, has he played for the Marlins yet? Because I don't think he has.
Oh, does that count as?
I think you have to play one game. Because I think he has. I'm not sure, but he'll probably be pretty high
All
up.
right. A Royal, that's an all-star. Let's just go on. How about Bob Hamlin? Was Bob Hamlin
I don't think he was. I think it was
an
a rookie of the
all-star?
year.
He was rookie of the year,
Um,
but he wasn't an all-star.
I don't think so. Saberhagen would probably be
Well,
an easy
Saberhagen
one.
was an all-star, but that one's easy.
Yeah.
Who was Alex Gordon an all-star?
I think so, but he might be easy. How about Alcides Escobar? Was he an all-star?
That's tough.
Yeah.
I'll see this.
Mike Moore?
Salvador Perez has been an all-star. for
Yeah,
sure.
Salvi's definitely been an all-star. That's
Yeah.
the easy one.
Mike Moore. Oh, no. Who was the closer? Mark Davis? Remember he won the Cy Young and the MVP?
I forget.
Let's go with him. This is either gonna make or break us in the second one. No,
Really? Shit.
he was never an all-star. No, Mark Gubiza. How about that one?
Yeah.
He had to have been an all-star. Yes, 0.3% for Gooby.
Jeez.
Damn it. Is there a way to reset it? All right.
For the A's, I mean, you could probably go Dave Stewart, Mike Moore.
For an all-star?
Yeah.
All right, Dave Stewart. And a Mets. Let me think of the most esoteric Met all-star I can think of. I think Bernard Gilkey was an all-star.
Gilkey. Was Jeff Kent an all-star for the Mets?
No,
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think Bonilla was an all-star for the Mets.
No. I wonder if Wilmer Flores. No, Flores has never been an all-star for the Mets.
Matt Harvey.
I think Kevin McReynolds. I'm gonna go with Kevin.
McReynolds. McReynolds wouldn't be a bad pick.
Was an all-star. No, McReynolds.
Actually, Howard Johnson.
Yes, Hojo was. How did we miss that? Yes, a 1%er there. That's good. A Met and a Marlin.
Well, Piazza's probably the easy one.
Yeah, that one's easy. A Met and a Marlin. I'd be a shitty Met fan if I don't get this.
Met and a Marlin. I said I gotta sift through. I mean, probably Sheffield's usually a pretty easy one. I think he was a Met for a hot
Gary
minute.
Sheffield.
Yeah, Sheffield's an easy
Marlin.
one.
I got it. AJ Burnett. But did he ever?
No, Burnett was never a Met.
He was
Burnett was never a Met.
farmhand. He was a farmhand, though.
Yeah, Burnett was never a Met.
He never played as a Met. I wonder if Isringhausen was never a Marlin.
No. Isringhausen was a Cardinal.
Was Oliver Perez ever a Marlin?
No. Ollie was never a Marlin. Xavier Nady, I don't think he was a Marlin.
That's a Met.
Jason Bay wasn't a Marlin.
No.
Well, Nady was also a Yankee. So
Nady was a Yankee. Met and a Marlin.
What was trying to think of like relievers? Trying to think was Amardo Benitez a Marlin? I don't think he was.
Oh, that one's tough.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think Benitez. You're thinking of like Alfonseca or somebody, you know.
Good. Carlos Zambrano, was he a Marlin? I don't think so.
No.
Henderson Alvarez, was he a Met?
Henderson Alvarez has never been a Met.
I thought about him. I thought he was a Blue Jay.
Moise Alou? Oh, Bobby Bonilla, that's an easy one.
Yeah, Bonilla. Bonilla's an easy one. Moise Alou. Yeah, I'm not looking either.
With that, that's 6.
Because I did Bonilla before.
Obvious. All right.
Houston Mets, Colin McHugh. I forgot him earlier, but Colin McHugh would be about.
Let me think if there's anybody else that's.
Well, Beltran's the easy one.
Beltran is easy. Houston Met. Pete Harnish.
Yep. There you go.
Wait, was he ever an Astro?
Yes. I don't know if he played for them though.
Yes. Oh, that's fucking dope right there. 0.1%. How you can't get any. That's low as shit right there. Yep. What a pull. All right, an A's and an Astro.
I'm trying to think of like their tanking years.
Yeah. We only have one guess, so we can do an A's and a Marlin, an A's and an Astro. What do you think? Who's an A and an Astro?
A and an Astro.
A and a.
I'm trying to think here.
We're stuck. Mike Bordick? No.
Carney
Lansford, was he ever? No, he was a Red Sox.
I don't think he was an A.
He was a Red Sox.
I don't think it was a
Carney
Astro.
Lansford was an A, yeah, but he's never an Astro. gotta think pitcher, right? Tim
Yeah,
Hudson
I gotta
ever
think
played for
closer.
the
No, Hudson, no. Zito, no.
Billy Koch.
Mulder, no.
Was Billy Koch ever an Astro?
Rich Harden wasn't an Astro.
No.
Trying to
Mike
think.
Gallego, was he ever an Astro?
I don't know. John Jaha? No, Jaha was never an Astro.
All right, you work on A's and Astro. I'll work on A's and Marlins.
Oh, John Jaha would have been an actually interesting All-Star for the A's, because he was there.
Oh
in
yeah,
99.
it was.
He was like a weird one.
Yeah.
I know Marlins A's. You could either do AJ Puck, JJ Bleday, Marte,
Starling
Jesus
Marte,
Luzardo.
yeah. Okay, let's do Jesus Luzardo.
Yeah.
Boom, and that's it. 231 is the score. Let's reveal some. Do they have the lowest one? They still don't do the lowest ones.
Well, they have like the show. You can show those.
Yeah. How about? Oh, there's 74. Which ones did we not do well?
Well, we didn't do Miami, Kansas City. I had Jim Eisenreich. So that's usually my go-to because he played for Kansas City for a hot minute. In Miami, he was part of the World Series team.
Aviles. That one is crazy.
Mike Aviles.
Paul
Shit.
Bacos. Ricky Bonus.
Ricky
Emilio
Bonus.
Bonifacio. It's a me, Emilio Bonifacio. It's a me, Emilio Bonifacio.
The problem is I'm not super familiar with like Royals of the early 2000s
Jeff
when
Conine.
they sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jim
Conine is
Eisenreich.
actually a good one.
George Fabregas. Oh, these are all good. Oh, gosh, I keep forgetting Frenchie. Jeff Francoeur is going to be on a lot of these.
Yeah, he bounced around from a lot of
Billy
teams.
Hamilton was a Marlin and a Royal. I never knew Billy.
I know he was a Royal. I didn't know he was a Marlin.
Yeah, I didn't know. I knew he played for the Marlins. Gosh, Billy Hamilton's been on a lot. All right, let's call it a day. Let's call it a show.
We got a few more super chats
wait.
though.
Oh yeah. Let's go.
Nick J.K. Oh, sorry.
No, Kenny Vasquez.
Kenny Vasquez. Rogers took a $35 million pay cut. Grossi is triggered.
He's mad.
Yep, he's getting an extra year.
Should be. Yep.
But he just did that to say fuck you to Green Bay. Nick J.K. Scooter's Giants vid before the end of the stream.
Oh yeah, did he post that on Instagram or something?
Not sure. But Jared Oberfeld for 5. I saw Oppenheimer on IMAX 70mm. The only actor I'm not a fan of in that movie is Sean Avery. The hockey player Sean Avery or a different Sean Avery?
I don't know.
Marty agrees. And Connor Akers, who do you think Nick Adams will pick for NFL MVP? I mean, whomever's a hard-blooded American player who loves his Hooters. So, I mean, I got to go with probably Jimmy Garoppolo because of the connection with Mark Davis and the Hooters. A true-blooded American man. Oh, dude, Fernando, congratulations, brother. Officially finished with college. There you go.
All right, let's watch this.
And Showtime, I mean, pro sports do need relegation, but it's never happening. You're going to have to revamp the entire system.
Here's the... All right, let me back it up. Let me share the screen.
Yeah, it is the fucking hockey player. Jesus. Sean Avery was in that movie.
This show, god damn it.
All right. You're taking sweet-ass time, buddy.
Let me know if you can hear this. All right, ready?
I knew all the trade rumors weren't real.
I can hear it.
The stress was getting to me. Somehow the draft went perfect. I love our GM. How do we get Jalen Hyatt? It's wild how far he fell. How did Kadarius Toney stop the Eagles from getting a ring and got us Darren Waller? I was expecting Dexter Lawrence's contract to be way more expensive. $90 million for like a steal for Sexy Dexter. What's about Sexy Dexter? I don't want to hear any more excuses for Daniel Jones. This man got paid. You better see something this year. I want him to get $35 million in incentives. Why did we sign Cole Beasley? He's a cheap veteran, I guess. Why does Dak have a higher Madden rating than DJ? I guess Madden loves the Cowboys. Clear bias. You'll see what Irsay tweeted about DJ. The true ride or die guy. I might be most hyped for Isaiah Hodgins this season. He could break 1,000 yards this season. I don't even know who's going to be wide receiver one. If DJ can't do anything with these receivers, we might have to move on. I'm so hyped for Kerry Case, another linebacker. This might be the best free agency signing we made in a long time. Are we actually making good offseason moves? Deontay Banks is the future. This man's combine performance was wild. We got no choice but to release Dallas. I wish it could have worked out. I was hyped when we signed him. I'm actually happy with the deal on him for once. Saquon Robinson's going to help defend the run. I couldn't watch another season of us get run over. James Robinson was a good pick. He balled out with the Jags until he got in. We signed Andrew Thomas. We'll win the NFC East this year. I would be too. John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmitz. His name is my name too. Whenever he catches the ball, we'll work on it. His hands are literally bigger than my head. We can just get consistent O-line play. Anything is possible with Brian Dable. I'm excited. Let's go. Run it back, boys. You signed Saquon? Let's go.
Yeah, that was, I mean, like, there was moments, you know, of course. That's what we're thinking. That was pretty in-depth right there. All right. We have made it to another stream.
Yep.
It's a slow summertime.
And 5 can finally count those super chats and suck that cock like he
But Connor
always
Akers
does.
says, who do you think Nick Adams will pick for NFL? It's Cooper Kupp. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
You know
No,
that.
I mentioned Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo or Cooper Kupp.
No.
Some pasty white guy like him.
No, it's going to be a guy who loves his Hooters and his God and Jesus.
Yeah, Nick or Cole Beasley, you know, would be a nice Nick Adams pick for NFL MVP. Definitely not Lamar Jackson.
No,
All
it
right.
won't be anything like that, no.
Yeah, we love you all. We will see you next week. We are underway. Like, the season has started. It is football time.
Yep.
Football time. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Love y'all. See you next week. Thanks, CA, for seeing you. Thanks, you mods.
Absolutely.
We'll see you next week. Bye.
Absolutely. Good to see you again, boys. Peace out.
All right.
We'll see you tomorrow for clickbait.
Yep.